Hey guys, my name is Parker. Welcome back once again to another Call of Duty Mobile video today. I hope everyone is doing well. Now, just a couple days ago, I was just casually browsing the Call of Duty Mobile subreddit, a subreddit that I would really recommend if you guys are really into COD Mobile and you're just interested in looking at memes or just, funny clips that people happen to go and find themselves in. But I came across a post with the title of Let's Talk the real issues in COD Mobile. And I gotta say, man, huge shout out to Cogster. I'm pretty sure that's how you go and say your name here. I agree with everything that I saw here in this post, and I kind of want to go and make a video like what this video that I'm making right now, just going over everything that he talked about, because don't get me wrong, I love Call of Duty Mobile to death. I have so much fun going and playing the game, but there are some real issues, just like what he said in this title here, that I would love to go and see get addressed. So if you guys agree with a lot of the things that I go and mention in this video, feel free to go and at least smack a like on it. So for starting off in this post, he actually did a pretty awesome job, in my opinion. He actually talked about all the good changes that Tencent has recently done to COD Mobile that a lot of the community were kind of hoping for COD Mobile to go and do, and some of those changes were the lucky draw COD point price reduction. In specific, he said, in the most recent lucky draw, Tencent have reduced the last two polls from 7,500 COD points to 3,500 COD points. This is a step in the right direction, and I would agree with that statement. Having maybe a lucky draw in general would maybe be a thing that I would not like to see in this game, but definitely like what he said here, this is a step in the right direction, and hopefully we can get to a point in which rather than relying on a lucky draw that we can maybe go and buy something straight up. But that kind of goes on to the second point here that he said, which is the direct purchase / obtainable items previously restricted by paywall. He said these are good changes, but there is still releases coming that are paywall. And he goes more into detail later on in the post, but I would agree with that as well. So now he talks about the Golden Crate ticket, and he said this is a very good way to incite players to play the game and grind more credits. A free way to get otherwise COD point only items is very generous to the player base, and I would 100% agree with this. I feel like being able to go and get these Golden Crate tickets is just the perfect opportunity for, free-to-play players, because that does easily make up the majority of people who go and play this game. It's just a generous way to give back. Like I said, I agree with pretty much the majority of things that were said in this post, so I really couldn't have worded it better myself. And then for the final one here, he said listening to the player base, and he said with the recent release of a free female character skin, Locus obtainable through playing and ICR in the shop, we can all see that there is indeed communication. And I would even agree with that statement right there too, especially alongside with these community updates where they go a little bit more in detail on what we can go and expect with the future of COD Mobile and the current things that they're going and tackling on. So I agree that COD Mobile, even though there are a couple other people out there that are like, oh dude, they never listen, I will be the first to say that, yeah, they actually do somewhat of a decent job in terms of listening to the community. Even though they might not take a lot of our feedback into consideration, there is at least some communication that goes on, and they do implement some of that feedback. Okay, so now we get into the actual issues section of this post. Going into the first one here, we have new weapons plus paywall. So we said there are a few issues with this, but the most important is game balance. When a weapon with different stats than current weapons is released behind a paywall, you are restricting it from the majority of your player base. Another main issue is that COD Mobile is competitive and has ranked modes that these paywalled weapons can be used in. The solution? Release stock / default skin of the weapon alongside the lucky draw. Consider it a content drop, maybe make it a grindable event like the new operator skills or score streaks, and then eventually release it in the credit store. That way, everyone is happy and we can happily support your game. And it's funny, man, because I agree with that statement. I actually talked about that when the new HBR weapon dropped a couple days ago, when there was a little teaser for it. I talked about how I'm hoping that there's at least just a stock or a default, HBR that all players can go and get, because it's just such an unfortunate thing having the majority of your players not being able to go and use a major piece of content that's being added into the game. And I can see how that might discourage free-to-play players from not playing this game anymore, because it's like, oh, what? I'm gonna have to spend $200 in order to go and get a weapon update here? Yeah, I think I might go on to something else. Going on to the next one here, he talks about the lucky draw price and then pricing in general. So he says, the newest lucky draw featured in-game in total costs about 11,900 COD points. The first lucky draw ever released, we saw a total of 23,500 COD points based on the region. Of course, this is a step in the right direction, but I do think the price is still too high. Another issue is that green/blue/purple/orange skins vary in price dramatically in-game on multiple occasions. And now he talks about the actual solution behind this, and he said, cut your lucky draw price in half again. When people look at the $100 price tag of the lucky draw, majority of the player base won't even touch it. If you cut your prices down to something more reasonable, people will be more inclined to make a purchase. I believe you could be making double the amount of money with the right pricing model, since players will be more inclined to support the game when the prices are, well, priced reasonably. We should look around $50 for a full lucky draw pull, considering the content in them now. Also, looking at crates in my region, they cost $20 for 10 pulls, $18 with a discount. A good rate would probably be $1 per 100 COD points. 1 crate equals 100 COD points, 10 crates equal 900 COD points. I actually agree here with Codster once again, in which I would like to see another reduction in price and to see the overall lucky draw system at least a little bit more priced reasonably, to kind of quote what he said. So now we go into probably one of the juiciest sections of this, and this is the loot crate versus direct purchase debate. And he starts off by saying, it's 2020. Selling loot crates in some countries is even illegal. In this year, most players look down on loot boxes, and plenty of games are straight out removing them. In COD Mobile, the rates to pull the rare item in the battle crates are absurdly low. You could spend $10 to $150 worth just for one single purple quality item. A ton of players have discussed the switch from loot crates to direct purchase to be a great step in making this game even better. COD Mobile team, we want to support your game, we want to spend money on your game, we just want the thing we are paying money for, not a chance of getting it. And the solution to this is give uncommon, rare, epic, legendary weapons a set base COD point price, something like this. Uncommon skin, $2.50, rare skin, $5, epic skin, $10, legendary skin, $25. And I would actually agree with this section of the post as well. Like, there's so many things that I 100% agree on. I feel like they would be able to go and make just so much more money, as well as, like, from a consumer perspective, I would have just so much more respect for COD Mobile for going and doing this as well, because it just looks like COD Mobile is trying to squeeze as much money out of us as fast as they possibly can, rather than going down a route that has potential longevity as long as they can go and respect their player base. And then for the final one here, he talks about the players like to feel like they're getting what they paid for. He starts off by saying, if little Jimmy can get his favorite COD character for $10, a cool weapon skin for another $10, only spending $20, he will feel more inclined to play. The longer he plays makes him more inclined to spend more money on new releases and new updates. If little Jimmy knows the character may cost him $100, he won't even put any money in the game and may just stop playing the game altogether. In the mobile market, most of your population coming on is going to be a younger audience. You are missing out on improving your game by not changing your methods of monetization. This is why games like Fortnite make so much money. And it's funny too, I'm pretty sure I even just mentioned this in the beginning of this whole video too, of people being more inclined to spend money if, you know, we're not getting nickeled and dimed over everything that we go and do. And just at least as long as you can go and set some reasonable prices, yeah, people are going to be more involved in wanting to go and put money into this game. And then for the final topic here, we have the region pricing gap, which I actually wanted to go and make a video talking about a while ago, but I guess this is the perfect time to go and bring it up. So he says, there are plenty of posts of users having different prices for crates, items, lucky draw, etc. This is not fair to any consumer. I'm surprised this hasn't been discussed in a community update before. All prices should be the same based on conversion rates between countries. I should not be paying 1,440 COD points for 10 crates, and a guy who lives 40 minutes away from me who just started playing gets to buy his crates for half the price. This has angered the majority of your player base already. I agree, man, it's just a little bit of a weird thing for me having discounts for people depending on where they might live. I don't know, that just kind of rubs me the wrong way as just being kind of sneaky with how you're going and kind of luring people to go and buy certain items, but I don't know. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, please voice your opinions in the comment section down below. Do you agree with a lot of the things that were talked about in this video? Do you not agree? Be sure to let me know. But with that said, my name is Parker. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful and fabulous day, like I certainly am. And I guess I'll talk to you guys within the next video.